Okay, welcome to the second segment of the third episode of the Off Brunch Series. And here I have with me three successful singles. And the title of this segment is called Got Milk. In other words, the question is, how long can you have the cow and the milk for free? How long is too long? And on this set we have Bernadette Moten, Markell and Lori Walters. And they're going to talk about this subject, how long is too long.
So let's get to it.
Okay.
How long is too long?
In my opinion, I think that as you get to a certain point in your life, a certain age, and you've accomplished certain things, that you really don't want to be in a position where you're somebody's girlfriend or somebody's boyfriend. You're at the point in your life where you should actually make progress to being somebody's wife or somebody's husband. So for me personally, I'm, as being someone who's in the mid-30s, I'm not looking to be your girlfriend and your shack-up partner for 2 or 3 years, and then you finally give me a ring and it's 4 or 5 years before we actually set a date. Know what you want, commit to it, and move on.
Okay. Well said, Lord. I like that.
I absolutely agree. There comes a point, I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine, not even African American, so it's not necessarily an African American issue. She's an Asian American, and she was saying the same thing. There comes a point in your life where you don't want to be introduced as the girlfriend. You want to be introduced as a wife, or more than just a girlfriend or a potential partner. Right.
Well, you know, as a single man, there comes a point in my life where I want to meet a woman that I would like to spend the rest of my life with. But, you know, that point in a man's life, you know, depends on the woman. And if he feels she is the one, she's worthy of proposing to us, spending the rest of his life with. So, I mean, this conversation really is about the two people, that man and that woman, and the dynamic between them.
But how long does it take you to realize that that person is the one? If you're in a relationship with someone 4, 5, 10 years, how long does it take you to realize that this woman is the one?
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because let me be the first one to say, I am not the type of man that thinks it takes 10 years to know whether or not I can marry a woman. In fact, it don't even take me 5 years. It might not even take me 3 years. I don't see why I should take anyone more than, I give it 1 to 3 years to know whether or not you can spend the rest of your life with this person. Shoot, it might even take 6 months if the chemistry and the connection between us is real strong. Like I said, it's really about the man and that woman. Now, there's some other things that are part of that equation that's probably outside the scope of this discussion. You know, whether or not, you know, she gives up the goods too soon and too quick. You know, the type of things they do before they get married. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff.
Women do.
You know, like.
So then it leads to what she's doing wrong.
Well, no,
well,
I shouldn't say they. I said they, so it's really both of them.
Okay.
Okay, he gotta have some restraint just as much as she does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Restraint, I'm sorry, restraint in respects to what?
Well, restraint in respects to, you know, what they're going to do, what type of activities they're going to be involved with. I mean, if you are looking for a wife, you're not looking for the freakiest chick walking down the block, per se. Okay, so.
Well, wait a minute. That's kind of odd, because most men, I mean, and it's partly the fault of a lot of women, because right now in the dating arena, women just kind of put themselves out there and do a lot of extra things, where men have come to expect it. So when you are a particular woman with particular standards who choose not to do X, Y, and Z plus 2, that man will kind of shy away from you, because why should I have to sit and wait around for this possible prude or someone who has morals, values, or standards when I can go over to Sally and she's going to give me everything I want for, I don't know, Red Lobster.
Okay, well, that's the type of man you don't want to be with anyway. Because the reality is, I don't think as my wife is doing the freakiest, nastiest sexual things that some chick at a strip club might do. That's not one of the qualities I'm looking for when I'm looking for a wife. That's a nice surprise at the end of the day. That's the icing on the cake.
That's a nice surprise.
That's the damn, I didn't know my baby could do that. You see, that's just gonna keep me, that's just gonna keep me faithful. That's just gonna make me really value and appreciate her as no, I said that's one of the many few things. You see, that's gonna keep a brother.
Nice cleanup. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's see, right now this conversation revolving around sex, but it's far, marriage and all that that's just one small piece of it. I mean, sex and all that stuff happens outside marriage so much that I don't even really consider sex as, or shouldn't be. It's an important part of marriage. Let me not say that. It's a very important part of marriage. But, you know, when you focus on that too much outside or before marriage, then you're probably not going to get the best connection, the best synergy between those two people.
But it's, again, you seem to be focusing on what she's doing wrong, what she is doing to keeping the man from committing. So is that how you feel most men feel, that it's something that she does wrong that says, oh, well, she did this, that's why I can't take that step?
And if she's not doing it, then why not leave and move on and leave that woman free to find whoever it is that wants to commit to her?
Well,